Everybody, good to see you all. Hope you're all well. Hope you've all got masks now. There's going to be obligatory in public spaces and things. I've got one here. It doesn't. I think it makes my ears stick out. Actually, it's going to take a long while to get used to it, and it also makes my glasses fog up. So I don't know if when I do ever go back on a train, it'll be a misty journey down to London. I think that might be a while yet. What else? I think the VAT's kicking in for meals as of today. Hopefully that'll help the hospitality industry as a whole. And I think the government's doing great things to help, where they can. But it's obviously a waiting game at the moment still. And I think we will go through sort of optimistic days and not such good days on this, as I was saying. I read one stat today. They reckon 1 million people have given up smoking during the coronavirus, which I think is probably a good thing for society as a whole. So some good things are coming out of this, but obviously, it's a hard old slog. But on to brighter things. We've got 3 fantastic presentations today. We've got Kat from the Grand Hotel in York. I've been to York, but I've never been to the Grand Hotel, so I'm really looking forward to finding out from that. Got Daniela from Drapers Hall, which is gorgeous, and Ruby from the Congress Centre, which is a wonderful venue right in the heart of London. So without further ado, I think, as usual, there are prizes. There are a couple of prizes, one from Daniela and one from the Grand Hotel in York. So listen out for a question and fire in the answer as usual on the chat button. But without further ado, I'm going to hand over to you, Daniela. Good morning and welcome to our virtual showcase.
Great, thank you, Guy, and thank you for having me. Let me just share my screen. Bear with me one moment. Okay.
That's all good. Well done.
Excellent. So yeah, welcome to Drapers Hall. My name is Daniela and I am the marketing executive for the company. So just a brief history for those that don't know about us. We are one of the Great 12 livery companies in the city. The name originally comes from drapery, which was the woolen cloth trade in the 15th century. The site was once a formal residence of Thomas Cromwell, and then after he died, it belonged to King Henry VIII. And then it was purchased by the Guild of Drapers in 1543. Today, the company's main activities are supporting charities and education, managing and growing its investments, and of course, the events and hospitality at the hall. So I thought I'd start off with a location map so you can see where we are. We are in a fantastic location in East Central London. We're in between Bank and Liverpool Street. It's about a 5-minute walk from each. Got great connections. We're also about a 10-minute walk from London Bridge, and we do also have 2 local car parks in the area, one in Finsbury Square and the other one in London Wall. So the venue itself is over 2 floors. Now, we only hire on an exclusive basis, so you get the whole venue, no matter how small your event is. On the ground floor, we have our main entrance, which is on Throgmorton Street. We also have our cloakroom, which we man on arrival and departure. Toilets, registration is usually downstairs as well, and we also have our reception area. We also have our 2 outdoor spaces, which are our courtyard and our garden. On the first floor, we have all of our event spaces, and the venue itself has a disabled access, disabled toilets, and we also have a lift located behind reception, which takes you up to the first floor. So one of the first features you see when entering the hall is our beautiful Italian marble staircase. Guests are always amazed as soon as they see this and are usually greeted at the top of the stairs with a glass of champagne on arrival, which is always nice. So the first room on the left, we have our court dining room. This is one of the oldest rooms in the hall. It's got a very Victorian feel to it with the furniture and the beautiful chandeliers. And one of the first things you'll notice when entering this room is the beautiful ceiling cove, which is made up from different coats of arms that belong to the members of the court. The court dining room usually is used for drinks receptions up to 120, small dinners or lunches up to 90, or just a breakout space or a small meeting room. Also, just to make you aware, just to bear in mind that due to coronavirus, the room capacities will be reduced depending on the government updates. This room also overlooks our garden. So then adjacent to the court dining room, we have our stunning drawing room. So this is a very bright room, as you can see, lots of natural daylight. The Victorian chandeliers and the light decor really just create a relaxing atmosphere for any occasion in this room. It's often used together with the court dining room for larger drinks receptions, or it can be used on its own for smaller drinks receptions up to 120 as well, or again, a small meeting room. We also allow dancing in this room, and we do provide the dance floor and the staging as well. The only thing we say for this room is no red wine or any food.
I don't think, Daniela, I'd dare carry a glass of red wine around that room, or sort of, I can just see myself with a spring roll with chili dipping sauce, that going on the cut. Yeah, I mean, it would be terrible. What a beautiful room.
So then we have the courtroom. So the courtroom is the smallest room out of all of the event spaces. It's got lots of historic artwork, including 2 tapestries. It's got 2 beautiful 18th century chandeliers. And it's often used for a smaller drinks reception, so up to about 100, or just simply intimate dining, small meetings, and we also do allow dancing in this room as well. The courtroom is also the main walkway into the livery hall, which brings me to my next slide. So the livery hall is the largest room at the hall. It really is a magnificent room. It's the heart of the hall, really. As soon as you walk in, your eyes are automatically drawn to the ceiling artwork, which shows scenes inspired by Shakespeare. We do all sorts of events in this room, lunches, dinners up to 276, theatre style presentations, you're looking at about 300 to 350, depending on the AV requirements. We do fashion shows, concerts, award ceremonies, weddings. It really is a beautiful, beautiful room. And also when using all of our event spaces at the same time, we can hold up to 700 people for a larger drinks reception.
You see, just Daniela, the balcony that runs around the room, can you have sort of entertainers up there if you're having a dinner, or is that not accessible?
Unfortunately, yes, it's not accessible.
Right.
It does look like it's quite large, but it's tiny, just for health and safety. Right. Yeah, we just have that space just for our spotlights. So yeah, unfortunately, it is prohibited going up there.
Right.
Okay, then we have our beautiful outdoor spaces. We really are lucky to have such a lovely garden, especially being right in the city of London. Our garden space is very popular for the warmer evenings and also during the summertime. The maximum the garden can hold is 180 for a drinks reception, and we have some fantastic barbecue themed summer packages, and we can also create some drinks and canapes or bowl food packages for you. So the courtyard also provides another outdoor space. It's completely independent to the garden, slightly smaller, so it holds up to 150 for a drinks reception. It can be used also with the garden to hold larger drinks reception or just on its own, but it really is a peaceful outdoor space. I mean, you would not know that you're right in the city of London. So we do all different types of events at the hall, and we really do make sure that every event receives the highest level of service at Drapers Hall. So we usually charge with a venue hire fee, and then catering is charged on top. We have some great lunch and dinner packages, and we can also work together with you to create a bespoke package. We include all the essentials, such as the furniture, crockery, cutlery, glassware, linen, table candelabras, as you can see in the picture, which look beautiful. And we also include a baby grand piano in our livery hall only. We have a fantastic team of chefs here at Drapers who provide in-house catering only, and they can also cater for all of your dietary requirements. So corporate events are very popular at the hall as well. We have a fantastic DDR package which includes refreshments, still and sparkling water throughout the day, and a buffet and lunch menu. Again, we can also create a bespoke menu for you, and we include all the essentials. So in the livery hall, we actually have a built-in lighting system and also a PA system and speakers. We also include a selection of microphones, stage, lectern, and also the windows can actually be blacked out as well if you wish. I mean, the beauty about Drapers Hall is, you know, because we hire on an exclusive basis, you really get to benefit from using all of the other rooms at the same time for your event. So for example, in the court dining room, you can use that room for catering. For the drawing room, you can use that as a breakout space or a smaller meeting, and then have your main event in the livery hall. So you really do get to that exclusive feel. Wedding receptions is very popular at Drapers Hall. Unfortunately, we do not have the license for the ceremony itself. However, we do provide a beautiful wedding reception, and we also do allow blessings. We have 3 all-inclusive wedding packages, and again, we can, you know, we're very flexible here at Drapers Hall. We can create a bespoke package for you, and we really do try and offer a simple planning process. We're here throughout the whole of the, you know, from the beginning all the way through, and try and make it as stress-free as possible. So here we have some wonderful feedback from some of our past clients. We have a fantastic team here at Drapers Hall, and we really do all work together with you to make your event a great success. We are unsure at this point when we're going to be reopening, but as soon as we know, I'll let Clifford know, and yeah, we'd love to welcome you all for a proper site visit so you can see all the rooms in person. So contact details, myself and the team would absolutely love to hear from you all. Please contact us if you have any questions or event inquiries. We also have a virtual tour on our website and also our events brochure, which you can download. We have also recently joined Instagram, so please do follow us if you would be interested. We're always posting about the rooms and behind the scenes, you know, setups, etc. And yeah, that's it from me. And I hope.
Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you so much. I mean, I think this is an example when you look at the livery halls. With the Drapers Hall, I mean, it's a palace in the middle of the city. It is absolutely breathtaking. Courtyards and gardens and the great hall and the drawing room. I mean, it is a palace, and it is always a privilege to cross the threshold there. And I think, you know, it's, especially if you've got people coming overseas for a conference or something. I mean, it's a huge privilege to walk in there, and I'd really recommend that you sort of put the Drapers Hall onto your roster for events. And actually, the prices, I think, are incredibly reasonable for what it is. I think, Daniela, your hire price for an exclusive, the hire for the venue is about £5,000. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, about 5,000 plus VAT.
Yeah, so hiring a palace like that for that, I think it is incredible. Now, I think very generously, you've got a 6-bottle case of champagne to give away to the person that can answer Clifford will select a winner from the answer to the question you're going to ask.
Yes, we do. And the question is, who inspired the artwork on the ceiling in the livery hall?
Thank you very much. That's great. Wonderful. Now, from from the sort of historic to the modern, we're now going to have Ruby from the Congress Centre present her venue. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning everyone, and hope you're all well and welcome to Congress Centre. I'm just going to share my screen now, just bear with me, and I will do that. There you go. Can you all see that?
We can.
Excellent. Okay, so as I said, my name's Ruby and I work at Congress Centre, which is conference venue in London. And we're based just on Great Russell Street, just off Tottenham Court Road. So it's literally a 2-minute walk from the tube station there. So very, very local to the tube station. So just a little bit of history about our venue. We are actually the TUC headquarters, and the building was built in the 1950s. So a lot of history here, and the TUC still use it as their headquarters. But the conference centre itself has been there for about 25 years, maybe, as in like sort of using it as conference facilities. I've been there 21 years, so I know the venue fairly well. We're also Grade 2 listed, so we've got a lot of original features in the venue. And when we did the refurbishment, it was very much complementary to what we already have. We've got 15 event spaces with fantastic natural daylight throughout the building. So just on this slide here, this is the main entrance into Congress Centre. So if you're using our largest space, which is the Congress Hall, you can actually brand all this area here, so it becomes your own space. The LED lights can change colour. There's a plasma screen in this reception area here too. Also, just outside the venue, we've got lots of glass. So if you want to put vinyls up there so people know that they're in the right spot, then that's possible too. If you're using the other rooms in the venue, then we have another entrance next door, and there's lift access and also stair access to those rooms. So they can be used as breakout rooms, or they can be used for individual rooms as well. Just here, you can see you'd walk down this staircase and you come down to a dedicated registration desk with a 103-inch plasma screen. All these LEDs, again, are all changeable. So whatever color you wish for your event, we can have that displayed for you. The plasma screen here is 103-inch plasma screen. So you can use this for your PowerPoint if you wish, or you could have a live Twitter feed on there. It can also split into 4. So if you've got lots of sponsors, you can have their different branding on here too. And behind this registration desk as well, you've got a dedicated organizer's office, which comes complimentary to you as well. Our sales office is just there on the left, where you can see the glass doors. So it's very much of an open office. We're there for you on hand if you need anything urgently. Otherwise, you would have a duty manager looking after you operationally as well. And the toilets and cloakroom are just here as well. You then walk into this beautiful foyer area with this gorgeous floating spiral staircase. Normal circumstances, this would hold 300 standing. You can also have an exhibition in this area too. And then that leads into our largest space, which is the Congress Hall. So fantastic natural daylight here. You are lower ground, so it's a full glass ceiling here, space frame ceiling. You can get up to 500 theatre style in this space. You've got a wooden floor as well here. It's sprung, there's a sprung wooden floor. It's very much of a plug and play room. So all the equipment that you can see is pretty much included. You have an 18-inch an 18-foot screen, widescreen, 2 83-inch plasma screens, top table up to 8 and a lectern. And they come with microphones and preview monitors. And that's all included in the rate, whether you're on a room hire or a DDR. If you want the intelligent lighting in the ceiling, that is extra, but the LEDs, which you can change again to any color, is included in this space as well. The technician normally sits at the back of the room and they can control everything for you during a presentation. There's just different setups you can see in here, how to use this room. It's a very contemporary room. You know, there's no pillars, so sightline is completely clear. You can get up to 256 cabaret, 250 classroom, great for exhibitions, or you can just bring all your own stuff if you want to. So this client bought everything from the couches up to all the lighting and the set design here. So it just shows you how versatile this space is. It also has, it's also accessible, so you have a ramp onto the stage, got infrared hearing loop system in here as well. So it's all accessible for every need. So we do special events too. So you can do lunches, dinners up to 320. You can do, we have fashion shows here. We can do Christmas events. And also you can mix and match with our equipment. So this client decided to use our screen, but bring in 2 large Foamex boards. So it works really well if if you are on a lower budget, then we have most of the stuff already on site for you. Okay. This is the Congress Suite, which is next door to the Congress Hall, which is great for catering. It's also good for exhibition as well. You can get approximately 190 standing in this space. So again, all the LED lighting is changeable here. So it's really good for exhibitions because you can zone each area into different colors if you wish. Or you can use it as a breakout space, 130 theatre or 80 cabaret. So we're moving onto our 5th floor now. Again, a dedicated registration area here with a plasma screen. You can do 80 cabaret, 100 classroom or 63 boardroom. Again, all the equipment is included in this space with HD projector, and you can do up to 160 theatre style in this space. So you've got 2 plasma screens here, and they could be used as preview monitors if you wanted to, because you can swivel those around. Fantastic natural daylight in this room too. Then opposite the council chamber, you have these rooms here, which are great for catering or breakout spaces. It's actually four rooms opened up into one area. So you can do 130 theatre, or it's great for catering as well as exhibition in the space, and fantastic, beautiful natural daylight in this area too. Each floor that we have also have their own toilets on that floor as well. And they've all been refurbished, so that's good, especially with COVID, and all infrared taps in there as well, so there's not that many touch points. The second floor here is our Envision Suite. So here we have again a dedicated registration desk with plasma screen. So Envision 1 and 2 opened up, we'll do 130 theatre. You have again your projector built in with top table and lectern. You can do a fantastic U-shape classroom, or a nice big boardroom in that space as well. Okay. Our marble hall is on our ground floor. During the day, it is actually sort of a cafe bar area. So if you wanted to hire it during the day, it's possible, but it just wouldn't be private. But it's great for an evening reception, and it can hold about 120 standing in this area. And you've got the plasma screens there, so you can brand it. The statue will light up in blue. So I don't know if anybody knows anything about sculpting, but this is called the Pieta statue, and it was carved on site by Sir Jacob Epstein. And it's amazing when you look at it in real life. So we are one venue, we are value for money. Our rack rate for this year is £75 DDR plus VAT, and you get quite a lot included in that rate. So that's good. And just an overview of the venue. So location, as I said, we're on Great Russell Street, just off Tottenham Court Road. We are value for money, very flexible. Most of our rooms have partitions in them, and we can negotiate rates, when needed. We are a very unique building. So we have up to 1 gigabyte optic fiber line in the venue. So we have no issues with streaming. If you wanted to start doing hybrid events, that's all possible at the venue too. Our maximum is 500 theatre style. We've also got, we've just been awarded the Visit London Good to Go certificate. So once we can open, we are good to go. And those are my contact details. So please get in touch with me if you'd like to. Great to link in with any of you on LinkedIn. And thank you for listening.
Ruby, that's fantastic. Thank you. I think the Congress Centre, in my past life, I have done really good parties actually in there. I mean, so it's not just a conference centre. It really is a very versatile, and I love venues that really, everything works basically. When you want a conference in the Congress Centre, it's easy, it's a turnkey operation, fantastically located, and as Ruby said, I think amazing value for money. So a really top class venue actually. Thank you very much, Ruby. That was wonderful. And I hope you do get open very soon.
Yes. Let's hope so.
Now we're going to go up north with Kat from the Grand Hotel in York. I want to say the Grand Old Duke of York. I mean, I don't know, nursery rhyme time, but welcome, Kat. Lovely to see you. And I really look forward to seeing your hotel.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. My name is Kat. I'm a sales manager of the Grand York, and I'm delighted to be here today to present our hotel a bit up far north. I'll tell you a bit about the location first. It's conveniently located in the center of the country. It will take you just less than 2 hours to get from London to York with a direct service by LNER, or just 2.5 hours from Edinburgh to York. Amazing railway links, good motorway connections, and easy access to some international airports. The hotel is also located next to the train station. It's only 5 minutes walking distance. A little bit about the history of York. So the archaeological evidence suggests that York was, the first settlement was back in Mesolithic period, when the Romans came to the city in 17 AD, and then the Vikings were ruling for over 100 years. If you're really interested in York history, I would suggest you to go to York Centre to have an amazing experience with the smells and sounds as well. You probably heard of York Minster. It is the large Gothic cathedral, and if you like medieval architecture, that's the place to be. We have one of the best race courses as well. It is third biggest in Britain in term of money prize offered. So definitely worth visiting for maybe a client entertaining, bringing up north. York is the city of ghosts. People do come in hope to catch some spooky sighting, so it's always exciting. Shambles Street is an old street with a timber-framed building hanging over the street, which dates back to 13th, 14th century.
I believe, Kat, if one person leans out of one window on the Shambles and another person leans out of the other window on the opposite, you can touch hands. Is that right? I think that's right.
You probably can, absolutely, yeah.
It is so narrow. It's brilliant, that street.
It is, yeah. It's a really nice street to walk around. Castle Howard is located just 25 minutes away from the hotel. It's one of the finest stately private homes, and with the Howard family for over 300 years. If you're looking for a nice gala dinner offsite the hotel, you can definitely use a railway museum, which is the largest in the UK, and will also tell you more history about the rail and its impact on the society. Everybody probably heard about North Yorkshire Moors Railway. You can take an experience through the North Yorkshire Moors National Park behind the Heritage Engine, of course with its sounds as well. Another way to enjoy York is from the water, with its cruises on a daily service. And of course, Clifford Tower is quite famous. It used to be a castle, a court, and a prison as well, and was built by William the Conqueror. And also York Castle Museum will be a great host if you're looking for a Victorian style dinner. Now to our hotel. We're the only 5-star hotel in York. It was built in 1906 and it was a palace of the business for the North Eastern Railway Company. It was one of the wealthiest business and it was a headquarter for over 80 years. Now reborn as a hotel with its amazing stonework, sweeping staircases, original wood panels, it really sends you back to the golden era of travel. The Grand York features a lot of beautiful public spaces. We have 207 elegant bedrooms, we have a spa and a gym, state-of-the-art cookery school, restaurant, White Rose Lounge, which is great for an afternoon tea, bars and restaurants.
Oh, sorry,
Also,
you've got a cookery school there.
Yes, we just opened it last year and it's amazing for team building activities or corporate events.
Fantastic.
I'll tell you a bit more in the presentation about it as well.
Good.
So the Raised Restaurant has a really nice location in the heart of the hotel, serving finest cuisine with a relaxed service in the contemporary design. It also features a live cooking station, and we also have an outdoor terrace, which is probably now important in these times, and it draws attention to some special events. 1906 is the bar, which will offer you a nice welcoming atmosphere with a fireplace. Our expert bartenders will serve you with a nice signature cocktail. Also 1906 is the year when the building was constructed. But you definitely sink in the loungers and enjoy some premium spirits and whiskeys or even a glass of champagne. White Rose Lounge is a serene spot for reading a book, having a nice afternoon tea, or catching with a friend and just resting from the hustle and bustle from the busy city. The Grand York is now home for a series of conference facilities. This opulent grand boardroom with original wood panels, original parquet floor, ornate fireplace will be ideal place for your conference. It's also a room with a view. You can enjoy the view of the city walls and the York Minster as well. This boardroom will be great for a conference, a meeting, even wedding or a private function. In adjacent to the Grand Boardroom, we have a chairman's suite. This used to be an office of the chair of the North Eastern Railway Company. It's ideal for private dining or a private function, or even as a reception area before your dinner. Of course, now we introduced all the safety measures. We're still waiting for some guidance on meetings and events from the government, but of course the capacity will be slightly reduced. We also have a number of meeting rooms, which are quite smart and offer plasma TV, complimentary Wi-Fi, a coffee machine, and quite charming and welcoming from 1 person to 20, depends on the setup. So this is our cookery school. It was opened last year. It's great. I mean, you can cook here traditional fish and chips or beef Wellington, or have an Asian street food team challenge. It will be amazing. We also have so many different courses, and we can combine them with on-site facilities. As you can see, we have also a meeting room here. So you can either have your meeting here or enjoy your dinner after you cooked your meal under guidance of our expert chef tutors. We have 207 elegant rooms. The hotel features 2 wings. So one of the rooms, which you'll see in the right up corner, it's the rooms are in Edwardian style, which are quite spacious, offers large windows, and also beautiful quirks such as porthole windows in some of the rooms. As it wasn't the hotel purpose built, every room is quite unique in its design, and I don't think you can find similar to rooms. The Roman House, which is our new wing, which you can see in the top bottom left corner. It's where the heritage meets the modern simplicity, but also all the rooms are quite elegant. Wherever you're staying in a classic room or executive, you will enjoy a king-size bed, Egyptian linen, and molten brown stock bathrooms. We also have a variety of heritage suite where you feel home away from home and experience the luxury life of the Grand, and all the rooms are quite amazing. We also have a penthouse, which is on the top 4th floor. It features a separate bedroom, separate living room, and a private lift as well. And the spa took over former vaults. Once you enter its heavy steel doors, you enter the haven with its 14-meter pool, a nice jacuzzi, gym, and treatment rooms as well. Thank you very much. Should you have any questions, please feel free to ask, or if you'd like to bring your next conference, I'll be delighted to assist you. Here are my contact details. You can always contact me. Thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you. I think you ought to be, I think the Yorkshire Tourist Board ought to be paying you as well. I think you did a fantastic job introducing North Yorkshire. And what a wonderful destination. And your hotel looks fantastic, especially the cookery school. And I think you have a prize for us and a question, don't you?
Yes, we do. So we offer a one-night stay in our hotel for 2 people with breakfast. And the question is, what's the name of the bar which connects with the year when the building was constructed?
That's very kind, and thank you. That's a very generous prize. Thank you, Kat. So that 3 very different presentations. We've got the Drapers Hall, sort of, you know, fantastic palace in the middle of the city, then contemporary conference space and a wonderful hotel in York. I think we're actually, the more we do this, you know, I hope you all appreciate sort of what fantastic venues and facilities there are out there. And I mean, I'm actually sort of, you know, when I see something like the Grand Hotel in York, which I haven't been to, I'm always going, God, I must get there. It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, obviously, I know Drapers and I know the Congress Centre, but, you know, you sometimes take these places for granted. I mean, in London and throughout Britain, I think we're blessed with fantastic hospitality and event spaces. And thank you, all 3 of you, for presenting today. Before I hand over to Clifford, Clifford's going to France this afternoon. He's going to France tomorrow morning, so we'll be flying without him next week. So it'll, you know, probably get a hell in a handcart without him managing it. So sort of bear with us for next week, but we'll see what happens. We've got 3 great presentations next week: the Ned Hotel in the heart of the city, the IMAX, and also the Curtin Hotel. So again, sort of 3 very interesting venues sort of to look at. And hopefully you'll all be able to join us then. And before Clifford, probably itching to get in his car and drive off to France, but I think he's going to tell us who's won the prizes. Over to you.
Thanks, Guy. Hello, everyone. So yes, indeed, we have 2 lovely prizes. And first up, we have a box of 6-bottle box of champagne, thanks to Daniela and Drapers Hall for that. The answer we were looking for, of course, is Shakespeare, and the winner is, and I have a new sound effect this week.
Little boys and toys, hey?
Yeah, and the winner is Anthea, wins the box of champagne. And then we have a night at we've just seen it at the Grand Hotel in New York, thanks to Kat for that. And I don't think we need the trumpet again. The winner for this is Lorraine Redmond. And the answer we were looking for was the bar is 1906, which of course is when the was constructed. In fact, that reminds me, there was a question I just saw, Guy, and for Kat. Was the building originally constructed as a hotel, or what was it used for? Or did I miss that?
You missed it.
So it was a headquarter of Northeastern Railway Company.
Oh, that's right. Yes. No, it's a lovely looking building. I've never actually been to York, so on my list. Now, this is being recorded. I'll post the video up later on the website, and I'll also be emailing out details for next week and the link for same time next week. I'll also include the contact details of our 3 presenters, so thanks to Ruby, Daniela and Kat for that. Any further questions on any of our presentations, obviously feel free to contact them. And I think that's it, Guy, from me.
Yeah. And from me. So goodbye from me and goodbye from you.
And goodbye from us. Thank you all so
Nice
much.
to see you all. Thanks for coming. See you next week, I hope. Bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.